Caller wants to know if you know anything about calling and assurance. It's actually calling an election made sure. He says he heard if you have a certain amount of money in the church, you are guaranteed a spot in heaven. That seems to have been the practice of old. I don't know if they still do calling and elections made sure. And just to let the audience know what that is, they used to, in the Times and Seasons, it was a magazine the LDS published, they would write the names of people who received their calling and election made sure. What this refers to is certain secret people being called into the temple and being able to meet Jesus face to face, have a conversation with him, and have him assure them of their salvation. And the way you get to that spot is having lived so perfectly and beautifully in your life that Jesus makes a special visit to the temple. Your stake president or bishop or first presidency gives you a little jingle, says, hey, come on down to the temple today. We have someone important for you to meet. And you come on down, and Jesus is there and says, I want to tell you your election made is sure. And so that must be a great relief to them, because then anything they do wrong is not counted against them. Their election is sure. And I want you to know something that's really beautiful is that every Christian has their calling and election made sure. They don't need to have some special call or pay a certain amount of money. It's by faith. And they know, based on 1 John, that listen, I know I am going to be with God because I know God doesn't lie. And I know God sent his son, and his son said, I'm going to shed my blood for you, and if you believe on me, you will be saved. That's what we know. That's a calling election made sure. You can get it much easier, and God wants to give it to you and give you that assurance if you just let him. So, take the easier route. Don't do all that hocus pocus stuff. You can have your calling election made sure through Christ and Christ alone.